So anytime you stop me, you want your I know.
Just look at how Jim Bedroom, how those mirror windows change that sight. Not going to be too keen to deal with them on that one, but nerves are going to be a factor for both these teams right now. They kind of just chill out a little bit. They take their time. They really try to annoy their opposition. We saw, especially against CSM, they enjoyed the play on those wins.
In that whatsoever, but really impressed at the way Falcons were able to bring that back in. They were it was a 5v3. They got their 2 kills to bring it back to a 3v3.
Our second round. And can WYLDE make good of their second defense, or will Falcons fire back?
Ammo of the case in point, but no shots will land and he will fall back, and that gives a little bit more intel to the team as well. You know that this team
would play, but it's going to be a situation of a little bit of fire versus fire in this team.
Working against that, getting the kill through the barricade, not letting O kill.
This is where Falcons will have a little bit of a problem. It's missed this mid-round, but doesn't matter for Joker.
Post-plant situation, Q gets the kill, Falcons win round 1 back, and you can hear the crowd. They love that one.
You can see the crowd. You can see how much that means. Again, hometown favourites. We don't get to see a lot of meta at international stages, and right now they're in a semi-final of a tournament that includes teams like they're getting in that entire round opened up. And you can hear the crowd. You can hear how much that echo. That's going to be Caneo will be playing very, very far back and will send up to the hatch inside of Strip to get as much information as possible.
It's a heavy intel-based defense that we have here from the members.
Up, he knows what's going on and the overall picture of this round. Falcons need to start. Falcons get themselves a 2-1 lead.
Really well played, and the fact that they didn't panic, even in that game of Ring Around the Rosie on site where they were trying to find the optimal position to get that plant down, but Team Falcons, they stayed calm and they win a round, and it felt like it was inevitable that they were going to win that round.
I wonder what we see when we haven't had an interrogation so far this event. It's unlikely. People know how to drone at this level of play, but
into sight, but whip it. You gotta say, Falcons seem to have WYLDE. That breach will be very easy to get for the members of Falcons if they want to get that done. Typically, in a situation like this, you'd want to get that breach open and inside the first.
Wow. Okay. Difficult question. So if I was going to follow the I'm going to have to say one of the players. I'll go for a
Taymor, so that if you decide to run out later in the round, you can do it.
Structurally in this round so far, Falcons have been playing pretty similar to how it was before we had to reset. Meaning that's going to be seeing O kills going inside.
B5 still with 1:20 on the clock, but the wall will provide a line of sight.
But no, O kill shuts it down, and Falcons yet another round.
4-1. Boys, this is WYLDE's map, but we are living inside that Falcons world right now, the way this one is going. And whip it. 1 round away from a 5. Gisela to denying that plant.
We've seen a lot of promise from WYLDE's offense. So we'll look a little bit to the future, to round number 7. WYLDE have that lifeline. Falcons 5-1 on the offensive side versus WYLDE on WYLDE's map choice as well.
The thing about it is they will be on defense to do it. WYLDE will need to pull themselves back.
That's not easy. That's not easy to do. If you wanted to do a complete replication of all kills is on a lesion. How often do we see a lesion in competitive play? The answer is very keen to get in the face of WYLDE very, very early. But WYLDE like to do that too on the offensive side.
Well, it's all down to WYLDE to force the issue now as Team Falcons just 2 them as we go down to that Church Arsenal site, which has such a good defender win rate. Jay gets himself up on advantage for WYLDE on attack, and this is where they normally excel. Aces playing inside kitchen. We're looking at that defensive side. They've used up both of their...
WYLDE get themselves back into this one, and that's a very, very needed mental reset round. And a good sign of how they might be faring up on the offensive side.
But one thing is for sure. That Falcons crowd, win or lose a round, they make a lot of noise. You said it before, we've been in the crowd.
It's push, but just over a minute left to go. Look at this, Mad Skills on the flank upstairs.
Mad Skills will begin crouch walking himself as he begins to move. Get taken down. Gisela gets the kill, and WYLDE have now won rounds back to back.
That's what they need. That's going to be a massive boost for them. Momentum rolling in their favour. Good for a big problem. He popped up just a little bit sooner in that round. However, didn't. I wonder what team suffered from that one yesterday.
I think we might have worked it.
I wonder, was that SSG? Fumbling the bag. 6-1 up against Liquid.
Indeed, O kills playing on top of the bed as well, but we spoke about it 4 down. That's what Caneo's job is. Aces tempting bullets to come his way. It's going to create that opening. No, he's going to fall back again as they wait for a little. Have had the SMG-12. We've seen him win 1v4s already in this tournament in that situation. Now find themselves trailing by 3 with the home side. Falcons win that first round, break the serve, then take WYLDE to Chalet after this one, which of course
That is out the top kill chase. They'll be very keen to get a few more rounds in. So we move into this round. And Falcons, they're going to be feeling what SSG did.
Yeah, SSG paid the price for it last time around, but I think Falcons, they play a very different style to SSG, and I think that they will probably win this map out. But what can WYLDE do to prove me wrong? Canal will drone through.
A lifeline, they've got a pulse in this round. Minute left to work with, and Gisela goes down though. Shalad finds that trade.
It's a 3v2 situation. WYLDE getting clawed back in. Team Falcons on match point. They've got 2 members left. That's Mad
Get down! WYLDE claw back one more round.
6-4 is the scoreline. WYLDE 2 round. A date with BDS. Will we have the home team run the whole way to the final? Well, within an hour.
Very much want to make that as awkward as possible, and I think carving open stock will be their first step in doing.
And when will they be used? Because as of right now, you need to use some utility from below to move Bandit away. Kills is now repositioning himself on top of Red Stair.
That they needed. And they get that extra round. WYLDE getting themselves closer and closer to overtime. Do we think it's there, Gibby?
For this.
I mean, why wouldn't you be? Semi-final, international competition. I'll actually get. You can see. I'm bounced. I'm really excited how this one's going to go. Both these stages still in this round, but why they get themselves rolling, get themselves in the building. Aces upstairs.
That you can take undetected.
And the fact that it's one of those operators that pops up and makes a problem, right? I mean. When you look at this...
You usually defend this site from above. If anything, you only leave one player on that ground floor and then down that many players off site. We're going to go directly to a Gisela spawning on the opposite side of the map to the rest of his team. And, you know, you just want to keep people away in case you have spawn peaks, because that's something that Team Falcons like to do, but they didn't do it this round.
Not as good as the Gids, of course. But as I get into this one, right now I'm sitting in this, I want to see how this first round plays out. That's my big thing right now.
Corey on one side. Are they able to take them out, pushing through? Gunfire comes on out, mad skills, and it's all down to Gisela. But we've seen this before. Gisela can be hyper elusive, and these 1v1s post plant. Kills, hunting.
I was worried for WYLDE there. Very much worried for WYLDE. A little bit scary, a little bit close to the wire for that liking, but they get themselves the very first round. Through that smoke grenade to get a finish. You know the fink is down, or you at least know someone's down. You didn't need to take that type of risk and gamble, but did so. Unfortunately, you got caught out with it.
You shoot the mat, there's usually a player looking up through the hatch to take you out. So you have to choose your poison.
And the biggest thing right there is you need to try and clear security the best way possible. That's Maverick for that. Where you get control of small snowmobile, and then you creep up, you use a Maverick torch to shoot to that bottom line and try and clear that position, meaning that you can then in synchronicity vault through the window, but Jake will get the opening pick on the shot. WYLDE make it 2 very quickly.
Have you ever seen a more WYLDE attack than that? That's just the way that they play. That is how they like to approach the site. And
guess what you do? You go downstairs and you clear with the Maverick. That's what they done, and they done that. Probably even had good information with the drone inside of stock as well. So much better from the side of WYLDE. They get
on through later in the game as well. Those Mozzie pests being put out again to just deny that intel for WYLDE. And in the early game,
that's what you need to do sometimes. Just swap it out. Get a brand new look of life, I will say. Corey on the Ossa. What this actually will be, it sounds actually super boring, is this, right? You plonk a shield there, and Corey is just going to go away and do something else. Right? So that's going to be for the team that's going to be trying to, because, well, they're going to lock it down, and it looks like they might actually be thinking about going a little bit quick here. They've got a glass, and then this goes outside the breach. 2 players of Falcons remain. Joker and Q. Now the nerves begin to set in. First round on Chalet, and it is a very narrow one, but the question sits with me.
Defenders, protect your
well, that was a very peculiar strategy on Mezzanine. Locks on that window inside, and will likely put two around this pillar to make sure that window on Ego is not going to be very easy to clear you from.
I mean, here, well, the option is to just go for the other route. Go up Stellarium already, but O'Kills, as you pointed out, is playing in this position, and just going to try make it very difficult, but look where Mad Skills is. And Wild now extend that lead. And this is something that they did not have at all in the last map, was a 2-round advantage. Yeah, now with the Zami gone, the Wild push from the other side. This is what we spoke about last time. Just make all of that effort towards Library completely redundant. In place, the attacker repick comes in. So far, 3 changes with Lion, Hibana, and Sledge coming in. So once again, that Lion is so good. It's
a very early source of damage, source as of right now unknown, but there's the go button pressed. They will go up the west. A little bit of damage again, but Wild just being delayed on this initial push.
Yeah, and those do Wild change what they're doing. Well, Jay will begin to push out and maybe try get up on Repel on some windows again and get those free kills. But I gotta say, I love...
a rotation likely gonna get called, likely has been called. Have Falcons read into it? As it looks like they're still committing to that clear hold inside of Kitchen. 30 seconds and now this round is gonna explode into action. It's gonna be a brawl. Kaneo gonna get caught out down below. The popping up surprise as Gisa to side by Ego. Time to push on through. But look at that, Q will be waiting for aces and he wins the brawl and the fight. Gisa takes a mess of damage, but...
Very good round for Wild, especially when you consider they changed the plan. They were pushing up from west. They understood the situation. On to aces. We'll make sure that Wild are a man down. That is Doki down, one of those really annoying attacking off.
Might live to regret that one.
They will, but they're beginning to push from the side of the map again.
In this fight, but they've got the local crowd cheering them on, so there's any team who can do it. Jalad falls to aces, leaving the Ministry a little bit more reserved, a little bit more passive. They won't peek now. They'll wait for the time to work and Falcons to come to them.
And another drone down as we look.
And Falcons struggle against that, hunting down kills against a structured lineup. And I mean, when you're attacking that basement, it's not against...
As they now have a 5v3 numerical advantage, and they are finding those kills much, much quicker.
Well, as double door by Piano. Falcons have not a lot of control upstairs, if any. So it's going to be difficult as this round continues to progress, get that very important control. I think they're going to try and push themselves in from main lobby, but your case is down outside. You've got 40 seconds, and you need to get your... They need that little bit of energy. Hit themselves rolling, break the momentum, and look at that attacker repick. 3 getting brought out there.
Yeah, Falcons will begin to push. Jalad is on the window, hoping to get a pick over towards that Piano side, and now a little down, and Kaneo in the 1v2, but there's no... Last time we were in this situation, Wild still pulled the round back. Joker just reverse.
Saw that. Don't even try to act like it wasn't, but yes, the opening pick goes in favor.
And just for a moment, there was some chance there for Falcons when they got the opening 2 kills.
He was thinking about another C4 spawn peak.
Thought about it. It came up very well for them on a map earlier on in this.
Well, they get themselves a level, and they're hyped. They wanted to get back into this after that pause. The fans certainly wanted it as well. He'll run away, pistol in hand to try and scrap away. He does so, gets back to sight, lives the fight. Another day, minute 30 left to work this round.
But Wild have bounced back twice. The C4 is thrown again, and Jalad, just like
in the hands of Kaneo, will try and feed his team as much information as possible. That C4 is right slap.
Out every single person. Mad Skills once more creeping around. This is as tense as it gets. Talking about how much getting the opening pick enables you to go on a
side, tend to get like a 60% boost to your win rate. So it's a
to Wild. This is the 3rd map. This is the last map we will play. And below for the nade, and there's the nade. Catches O kills from Foul, and just taking apart Wild.
Maybe I might change my prediction.
But this is a tense game. 4-4. Both sides 3 rounds away from a final.
These teams have made an absolutely fantastic run through this event so far, beating teams like...
And I see Kaneo getting SMG 12 kills again. Is there anybody in this
middle store? Nope, I own it. No entry for you, tying us up 5 rounds apiece. Don't even tempt me with that thought right now. Aces has come for an absolute brawl. What a performance. Seconds remaining. And a C4 spawn peak set up by Mad Skills. I called this out in the first half. Wild tried this.
But can they win one more attack to get into the final? Or are Wild going to make us go all the way?
one more round.
Nice in that same spot over by Astro Window, but Jay has learned.
And he can't do it! Falcons book themselves a ticket to face BDS tomorrow for their region in an international final, and they do it in front of a whole...
And MENA will face up against EU as it is BDS again.